Yeah.
Yes, you're abusing your powers to enforce actions which do not apply to the normal living man and woman.
Insurance?
You're going to leave a minor stranded at the side of the road and an 18-year-old. Yes, you are.
No.
Yes, you are. I have various options at my disposal too. Under Section 24A of the PACE Act, I can perform a citizen's arrest.
Welcome back to the Van Ballion channel, guys. Today we head to Northern Ireland for yet another right to travel fail where a smug sovereign citizen I actually covered a couple of years ago now gets pulled over for driving with fake plates and no insurance. And because this is a saucy, he does all this with minors in the vehicle, because of course he does. Oh, and he threatens to arrest the police. But as we've seen in previous videos, Northern Ireland cops are immune to BS, so deal with him accordingly. Right, let's get into the video.
For the record, I am producing Constable... What's your name again? Sorry?
Fuck.
Constable Fuck. I'm producing a document. If Constable Fuck fails to return this document to me or tries to take it from my presence...
Your insurance stuff, mate. That's not what I'm asking for.
It's a bond. Again, that's why I wanted to show you a different thing. This is stamped by the Irish government. Let me put this light on here. Okay, this is for the Ministry of Transport, Dublin, from Sean Paul Kenny, beneficiary. Okay, and this is the bond. This bond provides insurance for Sean Paul Kenny and my corporation for the value of 4 million sterling. Now again,
that is not a certificate of insurance.
Again, this is a bond. Your certificate of insurance comes from a bond, which you pay a policy. Listen, can you give me the form and I'll bring it to the station?
No, I'm going to be seizing your car for no insurance.
Can you imagine getting into even a minor accident with this guy, and instead of swapping insurance details, he starts bombarding you with a load of nonsense about bonds attached to secret government-controlled accounts linked to the birth certificate? You'd be like, yeah, right, wait there while I make 2 phone calls. One to the police and another to my local mental health institution to get you checked out.
Listen, as insured, if you seize my property, you will be committing theft. You have read the notice on the door there. You have read the notice. You have read the notice on the window that if you seize my property, you're liable for £1,000 fine, Constable. Constable, I'm stepping out a second. I'm no threat to you. Okay, I'm no threat.
Stand on that side.
That's okay, I'm no threat to you. I'm stepping out because I have paperwork here that I wish to show you before you seize any vehicle, because as I say to you, you will be committing theft. Now it has been recorded here. As I've shown you there, this is a bond. Now, I have provided this to one of your constables before. This has gone to other places, the courts, Judge Nigel Broderick and that has it. Now if you seize my property, you will be committing theft.
Yeah, sorry fella, it's not theft when the police have the legal right to tow your vehicle. However you want to try and spin it, it's just not. And you might want to increase the amount of your fee schedule for comedy purposes, obviously, because £1,000 really doesn't sound that intimidating, does it? Also, you can't claim to be a living man to absolve yourself of your statutory obligations when it suits you, i.e. laws that require insurance and registration plates, and then use those same laws, i.e. theft, when you think it suits you again. That's hypocrisy at its finest.
I have asked you to provide me with a form to provide these documents to the station and to send me on my way. You failed to do so. Therefore, any claims you make, you will be making individually as a constable, and you will be committing fraud. Now this is the challenge. I'm not confirming anything just right now at the moment until I read you this here. This is a notice to challenge judgment to Nigel Broderick. Fraud vitiates everything. No judgment of a court, no order of a minister can be allowed to stand if it has been obtained by fraud. Fraud unravels everything. The court is careful not to find fraud unless it is directly pleaded and proved. But once it is proved, it effectuates judgments, contracts and all transactions whatsoever. on Monday the 27th of June 2022 at a venue being Ballymena Courthouse, and in the setting under you, Judge Nigel Broderick, authority setting being a courtroom. One Aaron Eden, constable with the PSNI and witness for the Public Prosecution Service, did swear under oath that he, Aaron, believed when asked by Sean to name the victim, the living man or woman who made a claim or report of I causing harm, injury or loss, to be a Virginia, with no other names but Virginia, to which I now know, or to which I know of no woman personally or one's travels met any woman by this name. Upon doing some research into Virginia, I discovered that Virginia is the crown, or is the queen, and Rex is the king. Thus, Virginia Rex represents the crown and or the state, aka government. As neither the crown nor the state are living man or woman, they have no living right to make any claim and or report to be a victim in the context of being a living, breathing man or woman. Given this fact, and the fact that I did read to Aaron Edens on the day that I was stopped, and as King Charles took his oath to be served, or to serve and not be served, under your oath, you are violating your royal oath.
Okay, first of all, regurgitating your laughable notice to challenge a judgment but not the ruling for some reason on the side of the road means absolutely nothing. All it does is make you look and sound like a complete narcissist. And secondly, the law is clear. You need a valid registration plate and valid insurance to drive a motor vehicle on a public road. So you've got a nerve accusing these cops of committing fraud and violating their sworn oath when you're the one trying and failing miserably to circumvent the law. But like I've said previously, every accusation is a confession with sovereign citizens.
Now, again, I have asked you to provide me the form to bring this to the station because I do not feel comfortable talking to constables who do not seem to understand, and I do not wish the constables to be making false claims. So I wish for you to provide me with a form and send me on my way, and I will bring in. I will bring the documentation to the Ballymena police station. Now, I have offered my services freely, but under duress of threat and seizure of property.
Miss Sean, you want me to call you Sean? Sean, what's your date of birth, please?
Again, under duress, it's the 23rd of the 1st, 1981.
1st, 81. Thank you very much.
Now, again,
23rd of the 1st, 81, I got that right, yeah?
Yes, again, I have informed you, Constable, that you are committing fraud because as you are now processing.
Sean, I'm just trying to do my job.
And listen, I'm just trying to be peaceful and get on with my life.
Yeah.
Yes, you're abusing your powers to enforce actions which do not apply to the normal living man and woman. They do not apply.
So let me get this straight. The law doesn't apply to you because you're a living man, but you can still use that same law when you think it suits you. Yeah, if that isn't the very definition of hypocrisy, then I don't know what is. Also, I love how these officers are sticking to the law and are refusing to get into a long, drawn-out, meaningless debate on the side of the road with this guy. That must really piss him off.
Well, I've explained to you the reason why
and I'm going to
stopped you.
And I'm
that registration.
That's okay. I've been on that registration for 3 years. It's not illegal. It's not illegal. That's why I told you to speak to Nigel Broderick. When I was in court last year, because of this case with Aaron Eden, Aaron Eden he done the exact same as you.
I don't need to shout.
I'm sorry. Aaron Eden tried to do the exact same as the car's going by the way, that I'm shouting. Okay, Aaron Eden tried to do the exact same as you, and he brought me through court for a fraudulent plate. When in court, Nigel Broderick, when the charge came up for fraudulent plate, because I had my documentation given to Nigel, Judge Nigel that is, the charge was dropped from a fraudulent plate for failing to inform DVA of a change. Okay, and I did inform DVA of a change after that, and I provided Nigel Broderick with that, and I have that documentation here too. So as I said to you, under Data Protection Act, I do not wish to keep naming names, okay, and I wish for you to give me the form and I will come to the station.
Right, well, can you explain? I can't understand why that registration isn't coming up on any system.
You will need to speak to the CEO of the DVA because he has been informed it's recorded. I've asked you for your insurance documents.
And
I provided you.
You provided me with with the bond. You haven't provided me anything that says certificate of insurance. Look,
it says on there, it showed you on there, it provides
it
insurance.
It does not say.
It says it provides insurance. Listen, we're getting wet here. Can you give me the form and send me on my way, and I'll come to the station and talk to you there. Where we can. You're going to leave a minor stranded at the side of the road and an 18-year-old. Yes, you are.
No.
Yes, you are, because I have a minor in the car.
We'll get them sorted. We'll get them where they need to be. I'm not going to inconvenience them.
Okay, first of all, what is it about the soft sits and their inability to distinguish a dropped case from a win? A judge dismissing or downgrading a fraudulent registration plate charge, if that is in fact what happened, is not a licence to carry on breaking the law. And secondly, if you were ever in any doubt about the lengths soft sits will go to blame anyone but themselves for their actions, instead of taking responsibility, then listening to him drag innocent minors into his soft sit games to use as a shield should remove any and all doubt.
And what are you doing with me?
I'm stopping a driver under the road traffic order on the road.
Wait, you're stopping me under the road traffic order. Can you state which part of the road traffic order? Which section, Constable? Which section under the road traffic order? Because it varies. Because again, I've told you under Section 3 of the Fraud Act, failure to inform, you will be abusing Section 4 of the Fraud Act, which is abuse of your position. Your position as a PSNI constable is to serve and protect. As you are failing in your obligations and your royal oath to serve and protect, and any claims you make will be proven to be fraudulent. Now, I do not wish you any harm, Constable, and I wish for you to send me on my way. Failure to send me on my way will see you committing fraud. Now again, I have various options at my disposal too. Under Section 24A of the PACE Act, I can perform a citizen's arrest for you violating Section 3 of the Fraud Act and Section 4 of the Fraud Act. Again, I do not wish to do these matters.
So, yeah, Section 24A of the Police and Criminal Evidence Act does indeed allow a member of the public to make a citizen's arrest like he claims. However, our soft-sit friend fails to take into account Section 3, subsection B, where it quite clearly states the power of summary arrest is exercisable only if it appears to the person making the arrest that it is not reasonably practical for a constable to make that arrest. But, you know, please don't let reality get in the way of this simple fact, because we need something to distract us away from this terrible camera work.
I have freely offered to bring the documentation to Ballymena Courthouse for you to assess it. Everything I am saying is true and truthful and can be proven in a court of law, upon which, if I am brought to court, you will be made to stand in court and give your evidence as the victim, because you are not given a witness statement. You're not a witness to anything. You're the one making the claims. And again, under the Data Protection Act, under GDPR, which is regulated by the ICO, there's categories which are titled controller, joint controller and processor. You are processing as a joint controller. I'm the controller and I have the ultimate control, which means I have the first and last word.
Spoken like a true narcissist. Only a soft-sit could take the rules surrounding the rather mundane Data Protection Act and make it all about him.
I'm trying to work with you here.
I'm trying to work with you.
You're talking over me.
I have offered to give you my free service at the station out of the cold and wet. Yeah. I've asked you to send me on my way. I've showed you documentation.
But I'm not going to be doing that. Okay.
You're not going to. So this is you under your own free will doing this.
Your vehicle's now seized for no insurance. Okay.
I have provided you a document which you disagree with, and you're making false claims. You're processing. Listen, okay.
You've read me a letter to Judge Potter. You showed me a bond.
Yes, which a bond supersedes a policy, by the way.
Some Department of Transport or something like that.
A bond supersedes a policy. But anyway, listen. Right. Again, you are processing information here unlawfully. Unlawfully. You're breaching the Data Protection Act. Now, I have informed you, and you're of your own free will seizing, which is theft of a property, after reading a notice on the window, after having been given free information and service under duress of threat of being arrested. Now, am I being arrested?
Peter Bravo
Am I being arrested, Constable?
Roger, you couldn't start me a serial for no insurance, please.
Again, just proving that he is starting a serial process.
Roger, Church Road in Castle.
He is starting a process to get serial numbers.
A serial number is just an incident number.
Again, that's a process.
Yeah, it's just part
Yes,
of the job.
you're a process. You're a joint controller. I'm the controller of the information. I've tried to be reasonable with you.
I've tried to be reasonable with you, says the guy who has done nothing but lie, misinterpret the law on purpose or otherwise, gaslight and accuse the police of committing serious crimes.
But as joint controller, your powers are limited. I haven't been obstructive, and this recordings will prove that. Sorry?
Up on police systems on the motor insurance database that vehicle's not
The
insured.
motor insurance, listen, I have informed government policy, I have informed government heads of all of this here. Okay, I am registered on a different system than you.
Based on the information that I've received, as far as I'm aware, there's no insurance on that. Okay.
As far as you're aware,
So
again,
it's
this
your
is
job
your
then to
free
prove-
statement.
Okay, so that vehicle's now seized for no insurance.
Again, seizure is
Now,
theft.
with the two people that are in the car, if you require assistance to get them on, it is cold, it is wet.
Am I being arrested? No, I'm not being arrested. I'm not being arrested. No. Okay, so
I haven't arrested you at any point.
Okay, you haven't arrested me at any point,
21 hours, Sean, okay?
and you're seizing my property,
Yes.
and that's all that's happening here.
No, I haven't finished yet.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
So you're holding me against me well here now too. Yes, you are. Listen,
It doesn't be a lot easier then, Sean. It's 1822. You're under arrest for driving with no insurance. You do not have to say anything. but
Sorry,
I'm
hold
cautioning
on,
you,
don't-
If you do
my
not mention
phone.
one question, something which you
whoa!
need to
Right, so as is often the case with this kind of video, he ends the recording before the arrest. But I do have an update for you on his case in the form of a reply to a commenter inquiring about the outcome. And yes, he lost, because of course he did. But not before the judge deemed him competent and of sound mind apparently. Can't think why his mental state was brought up during the trial or why he would feel the need to brag about that in the comments, but here we are. And if this comment is to be believed, he sent his soft-stick nonsense to the Lord Chief Justice, the head of the Northern Ireland Judiciary. And I'm sure they'll get right on it for him. Right, thank you so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, then please leave me a like, share the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you also to my channel members and patrons for your continued support. I really appreciate it. And if you would like to support me and get early access to videos like this, then the links to do all that will be in the description. Right, take care all, and I will catch up with you in the next video.